Yeah, we going up, we going crazy, going bonkers. Produced by Ziggy, Zay Ticky, believe that.
It ain't peaches, it'll deceive you, boy, believe me. What you know about a jungle made with nothing but semen. No creepy crawlers, just heathens that prey on your weakness. Smell the slightest hint of fear, and the stainless you'll eat it. Gang bangers that greet your test on their face like Weezy. Pouring milk by the ounce, walking around looking sleepy. I'm from a town, no integrity, a broken city, disrupted. I know niggas who once were real, who now turning into sucks. When it comes to murder, it's nothing. Rallos get pulled over scuffles. Bumpy road around this motherfucker, your life means nothing. It ain't peaches. Niggas walking around with no feelings, with a chip on their shoulder, saying the world don't feel us. Trying to earn them some millions so they can split with they niggas. I know cats that died broke because they lost all ambition. When it comes out to get
Welcome back to another exclusive edition of More to Live For. Got a special guest with me this afternoon. He's going to tell you, actually, he's the genius behind this dope intro that I have on my YouTube channel that everybody's been asking about. So without further more, I'm going to let him introduce himself and we're going to get the conversation rocking and rolling. How you doing this afternoon, bro?
I'm doing good, man, and yourself, man. Highly favored in the game, you know?
Oh, yeah,
My name is Pesci, man. I come from out of the Sacramento region, but I'm from a neighborhood known as Eastside Power to the politically correct people who actually cut over /Sacramento. You know what I mean? I'm from a section of that neighborhood called North K Circle, though. You know, it's different spots within that section, you know, in that neighborhood. So that's where I'm from. You know what I mean?
Right,
North K Circle.
Okay, definitely, man, definitely. So can you tell my viewers a little bit about your musical background? Because like I said, bro, in a previous conversation we had, I get a lot of questions about who is that on my intro. You know, being over here on the East Coast, in the South, people may not be too familiar with you.
Well, first off, I know y'all familiar. I know they're gonna be familiar with the producer who created the track. His name is Saito, and he fucked with Gucci Man and a lot of other cats. You feel what I'm saying? That done really made their way in the game, like Future, Young Scooter, Young Thug. You feel what I'm saying? A few different other cats. He real big in that Atlanta area, but he's from San Francisco originally.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so I ended up networking with him because I had dropped an EP, and I kind of like buzzed in on him and let him know what I had going on. And being that we both from the Northern California region, it kind of, you know, he said he felt my energy and he's willing to do something for me, especially given my circumstances. Right now, I'm sitting in the dungeon right now, knocking off a little 10-year, 4-month bid. I'm almost out of this joint, though I'm on the last leg of it. But, you know, it do be some solid cats out there that be willing to help a cat try to, you know, progress in the game of life. And he was one of them. Shout out to Zayto.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And yeah, man, like I'm pretty sure you mentioned this to me before, but yeah, I'm definitely familiar with Zaytoven, man. And you know, most of the people, you know, around this area definitely familiar with him. With you know, as you laid out all the you know, the big names that he's worked with over the years. And you know, after, you know, listening to not only this track but all your other music that you made, bro, I definitely think you are one of those big names. So I definitely don't want to you know, discredit you for anything like that. So another question that I have for my viewers, can you if you know, if it's not too much, can you kind of, you know, break down the different you know, gang politics that you might have encountered, you know, coming up?
Truthfully speaking, coming from Sacramento, it was a phrase that they used called sack of tomatoes. The reason why they call it that, because most of the neighborhoods out there is bloods. There's not a lot of Crip gangs out there. There are some out there, you know, from North Highlands, 29th Street. There's a few different other ones too. You know, I'm not gonna elaborate and keep going on and on about names, but there's going to be a lot of blood on blood crime within my city. You know what I mean? Growing up, it still is to this day, honestly. But when I was growing up, it was more of a blood and Crip thing and Pyru and, you know, North Days, and they had one or two Southern gangs like 47th Street, shit like that. But as time done done evolved, it done changed into a lot of cliques, sub games. So where you might have, Eastside Pyrus, Del Paso Heights, Meadowview Garden Pyrus, you know what I mean, and Valley High Pyrus, so forth and so Oak Park Bloods, and a bunch of these other neighborhoods. Now it done formed little cliques and subdivisions within, well, I don't say subdivisions, sub gangs within these neighborhoods. So now you got a bunch of youngsters that might have been playing Pop Warner and shit together. Now they had each other's stokers, they got the Stillers, they got the Stars, the TNA tearing niggas apart, the Beast Mobs, Trigger Mobs, so forth and so on. It's a list that go on. There's so many of them that damn it confuse you if you're not really paying attention to what's going on. But me coming from a different era, I never really conformed to those ways of movements. Those ways or the movements, rather, you know what I mean? So a lot of those dudes, I ain't gonna put it as I'm above them, but a lot of them big blow me because I fuck with them, but I fuck with them based on a mano basis, I fuck with cats on associations based off of characteristics, what kind of man he is. I don't do the click, so you might even see me do a song with a cat from this side or this side, but it's not that I'm fence straddle or nothing of the sort. My pedigree speaks for itself. I got a lot of years running the streets, from hustling, selling work, and, pimping on bras, doing all kind of other shit, you feel what I'm saying? But I don't get intertwined with what they got going on today. So the dynamic has definitely changed in a lot of aspects, you know what I mean? And it's definitely a smart thing to keep your head on the swivel and your ear to the streets so that you constantly know what's going on, because it's constantly, times are made it to where things are constantly evolving. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of hatred being invested within my city.
I can definitely relate. Maybe not as on a broader scale as you, but I definitely can relate. I don't really want to, spend too much time, speaking on the prison system, but I do have one more question that kind of tie into what you say. Your particular neighborhood that you're from. So how does that coexist, with the Black card, as a collectively when it comes to, the California prison system? Because I definitely understand that, the Black card itself is made up of so many different gangs and so many different Crip gangs, and it's different, Blood and Pyru gangs too. So if you could you briefly tap into some of that?
Well, first off, I'm gonna tell you, I'm definitely not an advocate of this shit. Any man that think that this prison system is the rights to pass or some cool shit, they being foolish. You feel what I'm saying? And they set themselves up for a fool's fate. But on the same token, if you are thrown off in this dungeon, you feel what I'm saying, or the belly of the beast, so it's labeled. Of course you're gonna, adhere to what's going on around here. And as far as the cars and shit go, is in prison they got the Blood card, they got. In some prison, they might have not only the Blood card, they might have the LA Blood card and the Northern Blood card. And then they got the Northern Crip card and the Southern Crip card, cats from LA, so forth and so on. But the dynamics have changed so much in this day and age to where a lot of cats is getting on. Because any cat that's moving around like me, I'm a cat that moves around on the streets. I be all over California light work. You feel me? I be all over California, Chicago, Birmingham, Atlanta, you know what I mean? St. Louis, Oklahoma, Houston, Dallas, I've even been in your region a couple times, you know what I mean? So I move around, just trying to make it happen in networking. But as far as these cars in prison, when it comes to, they have individualized cars when it comes to the Crips, the Bloods, just like the Waiupis, which is in Swahili, that means white boys. The white boys got their cars and so forth, and the Mexicans got their cars as well. But when it comes to the dynamics of shit popping off, say if I'm in an area and I see some white boys trying to get on the Crip, everything else is out the window as far as being from Sacramento or being a power. I'm a rock with him because he's a black man. So when it comes to that layout of the terrain, that's how that shit gonna play out. You black first, so there'll be a lot of brothers. That's what when you see a lot of brothers when you hear about the prison system. Oh, there's a race riot. Anything, we can figure anything else out later. We gonna rock because we black, and that's just how that shit play out. Just like how you said about my man Dirk. Now, me and Dirk from the same city, but we from two different neighborhoods. Now, we was on level 3 together back in 2008, 9, and 10 when I did a bid for a pistol charge. You know what I mean? I had got a 5-year bid on a pistol charge, and we became associated with one another. You know what I mean? So when you in these when you in these elements, you're not gonna leave them. It's like when they say in the army, no man left behind type
right.
shit. You're not gonna see no brother in distress and leave you behind. Oh shit, that ain't got nothing to do with me. He from LA or he a Crip. If I see a brother in a situation now, if it's two brothers getting into something, that's totally different. You know what I mean? But now when it's a race against another race, it turns into we all for one for all type of dynamic. You know what I mean?
Definitely, I definitely kind of.
And that's just what it is. But to say something about this prison shit, man, I got partners doing life sentences, and I got partners that done did short bids, and partners that done did, you know, the 7s, the 10s, 12, shit like that. Ain't none of this shit cool, man. You know what I mean? My first time I came when I was 16 years old. I went from juvenile hall to YA to prison, all in one shot. I didn't get out, go home, get out. I ended up killing a cat. As a young man, I was 16 years old, shot him 5 times. I got charged with second-degree murder, but Allah blessed me and gave me a manslaughter charge. I could have been cooked, you know what I mean?
Right.
But he didn't see it fit for me to be left in a system like this. This is a fucked up environment, man, and it'll fuck with your head, man. You know what I mean? And there's some cats that when I came in at 18, they still here, Joe. They still here. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just walking off calendars, man. You know what I mean? Don't know when they're gonna exit out this place. So it's a lot of the young cats they out there, you know, they snorting the black, you know what I mean, snorting the powder as well, and drinking the syrup and popping the perks and doing all that, running around with the sticks, and you know, they're willing to lay everything down. A lot of them is doing that because they inebriated. You know what I mean? They're not even really thinking clear.
Exactly.
And a lot of them don't really start thinking clear until they sit up in them county jails. Not even immediately. You know what I mean? They gotta sober up. And when they get up and realize, like, damn, they gonna take my life away, then they start realizing a lot of their shit that they pulling and that they doing really on some bullshit. A lot of motherfuckers really need to wake up at what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Because it's fucked up, man, all the way around from the East Coast to the West to the North to the South, man. Real talk, man. It's a fucked up. You know, they got white cats running up in grocery stores like in Buffalo, killing blacks. They got them doing, you know, little Mexican cat or whatever he was, run up in this school down in Texas and kill all them. That was like a Mexican community.
Yeah.
He killed all them kids, man. 21 people, man, including some adults, man. That's some foul shit, man. So people better pay attention to what's going on, man. I ain't gonna do I'm not no religious buff or nothing like that, but you know, they get to talking about the end of the world and the sign of times, man. People better pay attention to what's going on within their environments and their media, you know? Definitely, man.
Definitely, man. And thank you for illustrating that, man, and laying that out, man. And you know, the few conversations that we had, man, I definitely could tell that you're a good dude, man, and you come from a good background, man. And you know, just no problem, man, no problem at all. And just the fact that you're able to still do this interview with me, you know, in your current situation, man, that just speaks volumes of your character. Because like I mentioned to you in a phone call previously, man, you know, I've been trying to do this with, you know, close friends of mine, you know, people that I may have, you know, briefly knew over the years. And it just seems, man, that, you know, some people, you know, let they, you know, circumstances outweigh them. And I say that because, you know, those people that I tried to do this with, it seems like, you know, they're more interested in, you know, keeping up with the current times, you know, being popping on social media. Like, they're not really trying to, and I'm not, you know, trying to disrespect anybody. I'm just calling a spade on this one. But, you know, I just think, you know, if I was able to do this with, you know, people that I personally knew, I think that they could help their situation, just like the fact that I'm doing this with you can help your situation. So I just kind of want to take the time to amend you on that, because you know, some people in your current situation, you know, they wouldn't be as productive as you. You know, they're, you know, like I said, they're too busy, you know, trying to live the life that they were living before the current situation. And it's just I just don't understand it, man, because you know, this shouldn't be my first interview. It shouldn't be with, you know, somebody 2,000-3,000 miles away. But I just kind of want to tap in on that, man, and definitely commend you for what you're doing, man. And the fact that that you're, like I said, you're so productive. So something else I kind of wanted to ask, but you kind of giving me the answer already. I kind of want to know how it is that you keep a positive outlook on life, and, you know, in your current situation, and how are you able to still, you know, stay productive and, you know, still making your music, still being able to work with, you know, top-notch producers and whatnot?
I think that's just ambition, Joe. At the end of the day, like you can't let adversity, because there's two things adversity will do to you. It's gonna either kill your spirit or it can possibly kill you physically, because you just can't take it. You know what I mean? You overcome with it, or you use that shit like gasoline. You know what I mean? And it fuel your engine. And with me, it fueled my engine. You know, it sparked my fire. Like, I just couldn't give up. I've always been a money getter since I've been young, you know. I started hustling at 12, going on 13 years old, you know. Started off with the candy truck from the kid. First, really, I started off throwing papers at 11. And after throwing papers, you know, I graduated to the candy truck where, you know, it'd be a neighborhood dude. He'd load up all the youngsters and give boxes of candy for a decent price on the low. And he'd take you out to the white suburbs, and then you had a little spiel that you laid out on them, and you like, you know, you tell them, hey, look, I'm coming from 50 Liters of America, and you ran a little script on them, you know, and you had to get a dude that drove you in the van a set amount. He might be like, I want $3 a box. After you give him the $3 a box, then you got to turn around and whatever they give you is yours. You know, I did that for a while. Most of the hustlers that I knew really worked on the candy truck at a young age. And then from there, I graduated to the tree game. You know, I was messing with Bama then, though. I was a kid, you know, selling Bama sacks at school and, you know, so forth and so on. And then it turned into the harder shit, you know what I mean? And, you know, it turns into, it flourishes as time goes on. That's how I would put it.
Right.
You know, you flourish as time goes on. You learn different hustles, tricks of the trade and shit. But as far as, like, I don't want to deviate from the question, but as far as me being in here, I was doing music prior to coming in, but I only dropped a few videos, and I was only doing a few things. But a lot of cats out there, you know how it be. It's like the same thing you said about this podcast thing that you push. When cats see you doing something, they don't want to be involved until they see that you made it.
Yeah.
Why you doing all the grunt work? You in the mud, your feet dirty, you know, you up to your neck in bullshit. Your money ain't really coming in. A lot of people don't advocate you, especially when they see you doing something. You from the same region. They won't see you. When they see you not winning, they don't want to fuck y'all. That's cool, you know. Yeah.
Right.
When you start winning, and motherfuckers start reaching out to you from different portions of the world, and then money start coming in, and it's like, you know, the toy games start coming up. Now you driving in Benzes and Bentleys, and you wearing the Rolexes and the Audemars, and the jury is big, and everything is running smooth for you. Then now they want to ride with you. Come on, oh bro, you know, I've been advocating you the whole time, man. I didn't really know how to. I didn't think I was ready, but they really wasn't. That's why I got a song that I wrote called "Snakes Ain't a Myth." Like, don't think that shit a myth, but a motherfucker that could be right next to you can really do you in. Just as you think it's your boy, or you think that cat across town don't like you, sometimes they be right up under your nose, so you gotta keep your garden, you gotta keep it trim, man. Because, you know, in this time, man, it's a cold game, man, especially the epidemic of drug use is so high. Yeah. You know what I mean? So with the epidemic of drug use being so high, the code of ethics done went very low.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Definitely. So what you're dealing with that's probably why that might be one of the reasons why a lot of people ain't reaching out to you, because a lot of people don't live off a code of ethics no more. It's far few and in between. So, you know, you got to be very selective of the company you keep, because really you're only good as the company you keep.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
in this day and age, I know I don't got a lot of friends no more. Some cats from my own neighborhood, we not really good. You know what I mean? Right. The love ain't the same no more. It ain't genuine. I don't care what a motherfucker tell me, because a pair of lips will say anything.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But a motherfucker actions tell you who they are and their characteristics. That's why I told you earlier about judging men off their characteristics. A man could never tell me, oh man, I'm from Woo Power. Yeah, that's cool. But that don't mean I'm finna just embrace it. Oh, this is my boy. That's my guy. Now, it might be a cat that's a crip. And me and him might be closer than a motherfucker that claimed the same bandana that I grew up claiming, because of the characteristics of that man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And that might be the issue. That's probably, I don't say might be, that's the issue probably that you probably have in your beginning stages of getting your thing off the ground, man. Just like me, not only do I do music, I also do clothes. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Called Integrity Clothing Co. So when people look at on IG, it's called Integrity 7805. You feel what I'm saying? Those numbers symbolize something, but I'm gonna leave that up to the masses to guess. You know, figure it out. But you know what I mean? You know, I try to keep my drive going no matter what. You know, I'm making money while I'm in here. I'm not making the money that I was making while I was on the streets, but I'm making a decent penny. You feel what I'm saying? And, and it's gonna be marvelous once I clutch, because it's a lot of people that still touch bases with me and tap into my DMs like, how much you got left, bro? Just like I reached out to Fat Joe. You know what I mean? He ended up hosting the whole project for me. Still stay in touch with me, you know what I mean? Which is a blessing. These dudes is on national television and shit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? They some of the upper echelons of the hip hop community. And you know, I'm gluing in with these type of people, and it's a blessing to me, because I know when I come home, I ain't gonna say that the carpet gonna be completely laid out to me, but the door is slightly ajar, and it's able for me to walk in if I really want to take the initiative and walk up into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely.
So, you know, just, a cat just gotta keep grinding no matter what it is. If you got a 9 to 5, man, and that's what you cool with, and hey, do what you do, but at least try to achieve to be the motherfucking supervisor of that 9 to 5. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you hustling, why you gonna play? Why you gonna keep buying quarter ounces? Why you gonna keep buying sevens? You know what I mean? What you gonna keep buying sevens for? Flip them sevens into a 28. Turn that 28 into a 9. Turn that 9 into a big play. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? If that's what you choose to do. In other words, whatever you choose to do it, go full throttle with it.
Exactly.
Don't go at it half-heartedly. Give it your all, and I'm sure you're going to get the results that you want. You go in lackluster, you're going to get lackluster results.
Exactly.
You go full throttle, you're going to get full throttle results, man. And that's like when you're asking, how am I able to keep going? That's how I'm able to keep going. You know, and I got a solid woman on my side, too. You know, she's a true advocate of, you know, I've been blessed in that portion of my life. You feel what I'm saying? And I got some guys that really, really push for me. You feel what I'm saying? And they advocate everything I do, and I advocate everything. You don't find a lot that advocate everything that you do, but when you do find them, you gotta hold on to them. Because genuine people is very thin in this day and age, man. I can't stress that enough.
Definitely, man. I definitely agree. Something I just kind of want your opinion on something, man. It's a phrase that's been trending a lot lately online, and I actually heard a few people say it in person, and it kind of goes back, it kind of ties into what you said about the code of ethics changing just all around. But you know, it's a phrase now that's saying loyalty has an expiration date. I just kind of want to know how you feel about that, if you agree with that.
I've seen it sometimes, and honestly speaking, really say that from my perspective, I'm the type of person, I'm loyal to a fault. Like you have to betray me in order for me to flip out on you. You see what I'm saying? Right. So if I fuck with you, I'm gonna fuck with you until they put me in the dirt. I don't believe that's a solid phrase that they should put out there. That's probably a person that put that phrase out there probably feels like that. Like, I'm gonna be loyal to you, but I'm only gonna give you so much. Like me, I'm gonna give you everything. Because especially if I feel like you're giving me everything. If whatever you're giving me, I'm gonna reciprocate it. You know what I mean? Right. I'm not going, and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker, if people can look on the outside, like, damn, that motherfucker hella loyal to no, man, you fuck with no, you know, he went to she fuck with no, man, I see you with the cool. And they'll just be, you know, some other shit. I ain't like that, you know. I done had my moments in life where I took people for granted, you know what I mean? Because that was my lack of maturity. But as far as like those, especially with the streets, even my kid's mother, my first wife, you feel what I'm saying? She used to say like I was more loyal to the streets than I was to her. You know what I mean? But my code, I stick. You know when you're a player, you're out there, you fucking with chicks and all that. I didn't feel like I was betraying the code, because I think growing up, that's what men do. You know, I ain't gonna say that it's the right thing to do, to be a womanizer, nothing of that nature. But men do that. They try to leave their options open as time goes on in life. And then when you get to a certain point in life, you be like, you know what? Especially if you find a jewel, you know, you find a needle in a haystack, or you find that diamond in the rough, you ain't gonna want to compromise that. You know what I mean? Right. So with that being said, when it comes to loyalty, got a time stamp on it. I wouldn't really agree with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, everybody got their own opinion. You feel what I'm saying? That's just how life is. You know what I mean? It's like assholes. Everybody got one. You know what I mean? Unless you got a deformity. You feel what I'm saying? But for the most part, everybody got their opinion on like that. Some people are like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? Because after a while, if I feel like a motherfucker ain't do, or I feel like I can't give no more, motherfucker can't give me no more, I'm gonna push it in. Like I read a book, New York State of Mind, and somebody was speaking on Jay-Z like that, where they were saying Jay-Z, once he get enough from you, he feel like he can't get nothing else from you, he move on. I'm not that type of person. If I fuck with you, and if say I feel like damn, bro, kind of getting, he done got that invisible ceiling placed on top of his head. I'm gonna try to plant some seeds within your garden to help you grow. Hey, look, bro, I got this shaking. You know what I mean? I know you've been kind of on this complacency, on this hype, you know, without no prejudgment, you know what I mean? Right, without no defamation of character. But now look, let me help you, let me enlighten you in this aspect of it. And most people that know me will probably tell you the same thing. You know what I mean? Because even if you don't reach your hand out to take the opportunity, at least I offer it to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Man.
So
definitely.
I don't agree. I won't agree with that phrase. So they got all kind of crazy phrases that become, this shit just be trending. The motherfuckers say some shit that sound dope to everybody else and they start using it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, that shit on fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, definitely. That's definitely how that was. Definitely, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you laying that out, man. I appreciate you laying that out. And
man, it's all good, man. I'm just giving it to you for who I am. I ain't trying to be slick or be nobody I'm not. I'm giving you the dialogue, in the way that I see fit. Definitely,
man. One quick question, man. I kind of wanted to ask you. I probably should have asked it at the beginning of the interview, man. But I definitely understand that in the California prison system that it's different levels. The highest being a 4, and so 4 on down. What I kind of want to know is the kind of because I don't want people to think that certain levels are softer than others, and all of it's prison, and at any given time you're in a dangerous situation. So if you can, could you kind of speak on I really don't want you to be too specific, but on the kinds of the different acts of violence that may occur in a lower level prison?
Well, lower levels, I say like this, I've never been, they got 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've never been to the highest level, but I've been to the second highest level, which is 3. Most of the times I've been the initial times that I've been in prison, 2 times I've been on the 3. This is my 3rd time. But say a 4, the dynamic is a little more intense because a lot of motherfuckers got a lot of time. It's like motherfuckers is frustrated. You sit in a box and you got 100 and some years, you're really pissed off. You know what I mean? They're not gonna put a motherfucker with 100 and some years on a 2. You know what I mean? Now it's cats that don't work their way down after so many years. You feel what I'm saying? But for the most part, it can get violent on any level. It's just a little bit more intense on those upper levels. You know what I mean? Right. So you say like on the lower levels, the 1s and 2s, they got dorm settings compared to those other levels. Now they do have a few two facilities that have cells as well, but majority of 2s is dorm 2s and 1s are all dorm settings. 2s, you got majority is dorm settings, but they also have cell places as well that you can live in. But jail is like this, man. A motherfucker will be frustrated sitting somewhere that he don't want to be, and especially if you've been sitting there for years. You know what I mean? Yeah. And anything can trigger you. It's like you might be on a low level and you call home and your brother just get killed. Now you salty. You run around that motherfucker. You frustrated. You angry. You ain't got no way to vent because most cats, you know what I mean? They probably be in the way. They definitely ain't gonna try to show their feelings around a bunch of men. So instead of crying, a motherfucker just lash out. Motherfucker might put a lock in the sock or stab him. It's knives and shit on all these levels. It's all kind of weaponry that you can muster up and create. You know what I mean? So it's really just the dynamic of people you be around. You know what I mean? Because when I was in a 3, it was a tense 3. Then I've been in 3s where motherfuckers is really just cool. But they, motherfuckers is frustrated. But now they sitting around smoking, drinking, doing what they do. But now when it's time to go up, it go up. Most prison environments are like that. They'll stay level until something go wrong. And then when it go wrong, that's when you see the size of cats that you. It might be cats. I know some cats, man, just straight up talk with you, man, that did some heinous shit. But when you meet them, you wouldn't even know. Thank you. Just shut off their back. Hey, man, you need some food. You need. I'm talking about. I done ate meals with cats that did some way out shit. I'm talking about some way out shit. You know, that'll scare your mama. Like, you really was living with this guy, or you was, you know what I mean? Like, I had a partner years back, my first time in the joint, man. Dude was nice, man. Cold gangster though. Braid hair. I don't know gay shit. He just, you know, he'd look up the homies and shit because he knew how to braid, you know. And you know, and it was just like his little way, you know, to just, you know, stay busy, you know, to get that time. You know what I mean? But this cat owed him money one time, man. He knocked the cat off and rode around with him in his car talking to him.
Man.
On some real shit. You know, I don't do no naming or no reasons where he from. Real talk. He's an older partner than me, man. A good dude though. And when the motherfuckers tell me, like, hell no, he like, man, dude thought I was playing. You feel me? So it was this. So I'm just giving an example of the type of people that you can be surrounded by, but you wouldn't even know it, because they'd be like, hey man, you need some. I got some. This is, you know, when they got cans, now they don't do cans and shit no more. That was like pouches. So, you know, like, hey man, you need some chili, man. You need some soup, you need some rice, you know, you need some shit, you know, whatever it is that you might need, some chicken, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you whatever. But just don't test their integrity.
Oh yeah.
Because testing a man's integrity is a form of disrespect. You know what I mean? Don't take my kindness for a weakness, or don't try to play me soft because I'm being nice to you or I'm being generous. That's the whole thing about prison. At the end of the day, prison is like an environment of respect. As long as you exuberate that and you give it off, you're gonna get it back. And then a lot of times, a lot of the bullshit happens over narcotics and shit like that, you know, debts and shit, you know. Motherfucker owes some money, and he done went above and beyond his motherfucking limit, thinking he can get involved in something that he over his head in, you know what I mean? Right. And that's how a lot of shit turn into altercations and sometimes death. You know, some cats ain't made it about this motherfucker. Just like this time when I first came, I was in reception. I was in San Quentin reception back in 2017. And there was a section called badges. We coming back from China. And, you know, for whatever reason, the cat just couldn't take it. You know, like I was speaking on earlier, adversity, sometimes it can kill you, it can make you stronger. Right. The cat come back from China, he wait till we get to the third tier and just, you know, the swine dive off that motherfucker. Damn. It ended his career, Joe. He didn't die immediately. He died when they took him to the hospital. But some cats can't handle this. This shit ain't built for the weak. Right. No matter where you're from or who you are, you gotta be a strong-minded, you know, strong-willed individual to deal with this type of shit. Because, you know, cats be having all kind of shit scenarios playing in their mind, man. You gotta definitely be, you know, from some of these weak cats be worried about what they draw and doing, or, you know, people be stealing from them. I done had people steal from me on the streets. It's most of my people. My first time I came home, I did 6 years, 2 months. I came home, every piece of clothing and everything that I had was gone. Damn. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I had to start from scratch, man. You know what I mean? I had to start from scratch twice. You know, God willing, inshallah, I ain't got to go through that again, but I done had to start from scratch twice, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, you have to go through all kind of shit, man. I know an OG one time, man. He, in a situation, he left his chick $20,000. You know what I mean? And at one point in time, he used to box, so his hands was registered. Right. He came home and he pimped, you know what I mean? So he come home, you know, expecting his money, man. And his bro done spent everything gone. He can't even find the bro. So then when he do find it, he put hands on him and end up catching a beat on him. You feel what I'm saying? And end up right back in the joint. You know, but that's bad decision making. You know what I mean? Because some things you can replace. You know, this time right here, you can't get this shit back. You can make the best of it, but you can't get this shit back, man. And it took me a long time to start really understanding that. When I was young, I didn't care because jail was, I ain't gonna say it was fun, but
it was kind of expected with the lifestyle.
Yeah, and you made it fun, though. What I mean by fun is you got to do this shit. Right. You know, you had your tree to smoke, you got your drink to drink, you see what I'm saying? You got your exercise on, got your buff on, you getting tatted, and it wasn't so many weak motherfuckers. The jail system is weak now, man. Right. It's weak, man. A lot of the young cats ain't listening to the older cats, and then they doing a lot of this weird ass integration, weird shit on all these. It's fucked up. Jail fucked up, man. I can't speak for the whole nation, but I'm pretty sure across the nation it's fucked up because a lot of the shit that going on the streets comes into the jail systems. And you see it on the news, from CNN to all these other news that's across the nation. Shit is fucked up. You know, it's a lot of hatred and jealousy. Just like with the rap game, man. You got a lot of cats having money. How the cats is having money money, they got millions now. They want to funk with each other and kill each other instead of enjoying it. Like, damn, man, I just came up on some M's. I done made it out the ghetto. I'm riding around in Rolls Royces, fucking with it, meeting cats across the nation, but I want to still kill these motherfuckers. I know it's certain beats that you can't let go.
Right.
But then it's also a way of training it's also a way of changing your train of thought. A lot of cats don't be wanting to change. You can take an ignorant motherfucker and give him a motherfucking pile of money, but that don't make you smart nor intelligent. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's what's really going on now. You got a lot of motherfuckers still exuberating the ignorant way of thinking. You know what I mean? You know, got all these motherfuckers with all this money, but all they thinking is instead of like, let me try to make some changes, maybe help the motherfuckers behind me come in. Instead, they trying to feed them bullshit and throw more guns in their hands. Of course, you're going to protect yourself, but now doing all the other shit that leading to more motherfuckers dying and mass killings and shit. You know, a cat, they had a mass kill, what they quote unquote call a mass killing in downtown Sacramento. One of them cats was a good associate of mine, man. I ain't gonna say like he's my boy, but I met him when he was a young cat back in like 2006. You know what I mean? And he was a stellar guy. You seen how much they posted him on social media to know that he was a stellar guy, not just to me, to a lot of people. Man, a lot of motherfuckers, man, they ain't thinking like a lot of good cats we losing behind bullshit.
Right.
Just straight up, and that's across the nation. That just ain't in my region. Definitely. You know what I mean? And a lot of people ain't paying attention to that.
Definitely, man. That's definitely well put and definitely all true. So I kind of wanna finish with this question right here, man. So upon your release, once you get through this this sit down, this turnaround, whatever, however you phrase it, do you see yourself going on tour? You know, as far as like taking, I don't know if you've been on tour yet, but is that something that you can see yourself doing, like with your music?
Oh, that's most definitely with all capital letters. It's gonna be heavy, man.
I heard
They
that.
better pay attention because Pesci's gonna do a lot of good shit. Not just with this music, but I got a clothing line that I'm pushing. I'm gonna establish this label. You feel what I'm saying, for myself? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's a lot of shit that I'm gonna do. I got a strong network already in the streets across the nation in a lot of cities. So you know, all I'm gonna do is spiderweb that shit and convert it over to this music shit too. You know what I mean? So it's definitely gonna be some big shit going on. Immediately once I get out, I got a bunch of visuals that I'm doing. I got a track that I did with Jim Jones. That's gonna be one of my first videos that I'm laying out. I got a young partner from out of Dirt's neighborhood, out of Del Paso Heights. That's my guy. That's my little bro named D. Steez.
Okay.
He be dropping jewels. You feel what I'm saying? And I met his co-part. I met him in the dungeon, and we just built a bond off of nothing other than the fact that he's a solid cat. You feel what I'm saying? And now our bonding got so strong, you know what I mean? He's like a little brother to me. You feel what I'm saying? No other way to put it. See, since I've been down, I lost my little brother to a tragic accident. You know, and it's crazy because when you lose somebody to gun violence or something, you be angry and you know you got somebody you want to get back at. Right. My brother got hit by a train, bro. Like 10 days after I got sentenced, bro. They wouldn't even let me go to the funeral or nothing. You know what I mean? And that shit right there changed my whole way of thinking, my dynamic on life. I'm in a whole different realm. You know what I mean? Like, but in the same token, you know, they say a lie be the best of planners. I ended up meeting some cats that became my little brother. Like, it's almost like a portion of my little brother's spirit was pushing through these other cats. And we built these bonds. You know, they're younger cats than me, but the bond is unbreakable. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. And me, I'm the type, man, like I told you earlier, man, if it's with me, man, it's with me all the way till they put me in the dirt. And I know so many cats across my region that I don't see nothing happening but me going up.
Oh,
from this music shit. You know, it's a lot of things that I'm going to be doing and I want to give back too, but I want to be in a financial free set to give back. I don't want to just, you know, do small shit. You know, I really want to give back. You know, like in my neighborhood, we don't got a community center. You know, when I grew up, I would go like to my grandmama's neighborhood where she lived, and they had community centers. Other neighborhoods that got community centers. I was just telling my buddy this the other day. We don't got no community centers. Now, once I touch to a certain point financially, you know, once I get that financial freedom that I'm seeking, That's the type of thing that I would like to do, because a portion of my neighborhood is Sacramento, and another portion of my neighborhood is Rancho Cordova. You know, because when portions of cities, when it was just straight Sacramento, because it all be Sacramento County, but if a portion of a city where the police department is, they exceed the quota of arrests and shit like that, they let them they give them funding to become incorporated cities. Man, you talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
So now a portion of my neighborhood, which has always been Rancho Cordova, now they got their own police department. But what I'm saying is, my neighborhood is kind of it's quite a big stretch. You know, when you're in Sacramento, it starts from White Avenue and it ends at Sunrise Boulevard. So all that in between is my neighborhood. Right. Now, we don't have no big community center with, say, like, technology, teaching computer classes with computer setups in there, you know, tutors for homework. You know, yeah, of course you want the basketball courts and all that shit there too. Of course, you're gonna have some athletes that, you know, some kids that's naturally gifted on that aspect of it, but there ain't nowhere where kids could go. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. To be a safe haven. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to be involved in shit like that. So say, you know, I'm sitting on, you know, cats be running up, you know, you look at these rap, you know, cats doing music, man, some of these motherfuckers is touching hundreds of millions. I wouldn't have no problem throwing some M's back to my neighborhood for us to build a community center for the kids to fuck with. Because the gang shit, the jail shit, yeah, we talking on covering topics to that aspect, but that shit ain't where it's at, man. Because at the end of the day, me, my grandfather 94, man, and my grandmama 92. I'm gonna tell you, but I'm trying to die of old age, man.
I heard that.
Motherfucker ain't trying to be killed during his youth, but do no stupid shit and fuck his youth off. He's spending the rest of his life behind some bars. You feel what I'm saying? With a bunch of knuckleheads talking about you wasted talent. He was dope, man. That motherfucker, he did this. He was raw on the basketball, man. Because like right now, I'm in the can with a cat. He used to play for the Seattle Seahawks. You feel what I'm saying? He was part of the Legion of Boom. You know, he made it. But now he's sitting in there regular like everybody else, waiting on monthly canteen or quarterly packages, Joe. That shit bullshit. Nobody don't want to do that, man. If you got common sense, you don't.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can still have hella money. It's like we was talking about. Yeah, I'm making a decent coin while I'm in here, but I can't even enjoy that shit. I can't right now wake up on a good Sunday and be like, look, baby, get dressed. You know, we're gonna go to Napa Valley and go wine tasting and fuck around. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull out the old school and we're just gonna chill for the day. You feel me? I can't do that. Everything is based on according to how these motherfuckers want to treat me. You see what I'm saying? I done gave up them rights. But I refuse to let this be the end of my story. And that's what cats gotta wake up, man. You gotta be attentive to what's going on. You gotta pay attention. That's what I was speaking on, being attentive, being aware to your environment. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. A cat you don't want to throw it all away. If a cat do this, fuck it. Hey, that's a choice you choose. But I think any man that got common sense don't want to throw. You ask some of my partners, you know, that done did long bids, like Dirt, 916. Dirt done did a long bid. And then he doubled back and came back. Yeah, I bet you tell you again, man, I'm cool on that shit.
Right.
I got a whole different plan for myself. Most of my pilots that did long bids, man. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And they'll tell you, they to the point now, like, man, I'm cool. I'd rather be living. You gotta appreciate, a lot of people don't appreciate them small things, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Waking up, kissing your girl, squeezing her tighter, going to fuck with your boys in the backyard, or you know, playing with your dog or walking your dog in the park, man, and just smelling fresh flowers. Prison yards don't be having flowers, man, nor trees.
I heard that.
You see what I'm saying?
I heard
so
that.
There ain't no shade most of the time. All this is dusty, sandy shit and concrete. So waking up to a drab environment all the time. Nobody don't want that, man, if you got any common sense. I think even motherfuckers that quote unquote been deemed some of the coldest killers in the world kind of, I don't say regret it, because sometimes you do what you gotta do. But they're not liking what they're not liking what they waking up to.
Yeah, definitely not.
You know, year after year, decade after decade, you know what I mean? You know, talent after talent to sit up in these spots, man, that shit bullshit, man. You know what I mean? And any young cat listening to your podcast or that I directly listen to your, you know, just kind of directly to, hey man, check my man's out. You see what I'm saying? I bet you they'll be like, yeah, big bro talking some real shit.
Oh yeah.
The motherfucker don't want to sit up in here, man. And the motherfucker, I ain't never been shot. I ain't never thought it been cool to be the victim. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't advocating violence, but when I was growing up, it was better to be respected as a shooter and not the one getting shot. You see what I'm saying? But nowadays, some of these cats, they get shot and try to make it like it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that kind of started with the 50 Cent thing, because they kind of made it like 50 was a superhero after he got hit all them times, and Pop too, for that reason. I ain't one of them cats, man. But on the same token, a lot of these cats, they receiving bullets, man, and receiving all this jail time, man. That shit ain't giving you nothing, man. That shit ain't no rites of passage, and it damn sure ain't no way to try to build up no street credentials, man. So what a motherfucker better do, man, is folks try to start you some businesses. You know, if you got talents, exploit them, and push forward, man, and then try to enjoy your life, man. Don't get caught up in what people, you know, what you think people won't perceive you as, or what you think is the right way to do things. You know, because people won't give you this type of praise. Man, fuck all that, man. You know, because at the end of the day, man, the motherfucker seeking credibility or claim from another man, I think it's lightweight game. My perspective. You know, this is my perspective. If I'm worried about what another man think of me, you know what I mean? I would think that you should judge me as lightweight get. Man, I think that he think I'm weak. You know, I gotta get his approval. Right. You might got some homosexual tendencies running through your veins, man. You see what I'm saying? If you worried about what a man think of you, well, you know, that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like I said, we all got it. Yeah, exactly, man. Well put, man. Well put. I definitely think this has been a dope interview, man. I definitely appreciate you for giving all this game, man, not only to me, but to my viewers that might not be, you know, too familiar with, you know, everything that you've been through, the lifestyle and your current situation, man. So I definitely want to thank you for taking the time out, man, and doing this for me. And me personally, I definitely want to shout out the homie Dirt 916, man. I definitely want to shout out Nate Dogg 916 also. And any other cool cat like yourself from Sacramento, man. Y'all guys are definitely real, man. And just like those guys, you know, you taking the time out to do this for me, and you know, thousands of miles away, man, just means a lot. So I just wanted to, you know, make sure I take the time out to let you know that, bro. Man, the feeling is mutual, man. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I know like when y'all cats is solid and real. The thing about the world, man, it's solid, real, and fake cats in every region, man. Yeah. There ain't nowhere walking God's green earth that there ain't that mixture. You know, you got the fake and you got the real. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of how a cat carries himself. You know, his characteristics as a man, how he was brought up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what determines it. It don't determine where a cat comes from. It's not determined based off the color a cat claim or what hustle he done that he partakes in. None of that shit, man. It's just all based off of cat upbringing, man, and his belief system. Really more than anything. Straight up, you know what I mean? And that's what determines a lot about how a cat gonna push through life, you know what I mean? Right. And the respect he gonna get and the respect he gonna give. But I definitely appreciate the opportunity. And like I told you before, man, you know what I mean? Hopefully there's other opportunities that we can, you know, glue in with each other. And, you know, from the music to, you know, to all kind of shit. I ain't got too much longer, man. I'm gonna be back on level ground real soon, man. Oh, so, yeah, definitely, man. You tell them to check me out, man, on IG, man. No Pesci 78. You feel what I'm saying? NOPSCI 78. You feel what I'm saying? Check out the clothing line on Integrity 7805. And you can go to Apple Music, man, and iTunes, man, and everything that I done pushed out, man. It's out there, man, and I'm gonna keep delivering it to them. And even once my stay is over, because you know sometimes cats get up in this box and you know they get creative and start fucking with shit. Then when they get home, they get complacent. Yeah. Forget about, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, I ain't really tripping off that right now, man. I'm trying to do this. Nah, man, I'm gonna keep feeding you, man. I'm gonna feed you food for thought, man, and I'm gonna give you my life. I ain't advocating, like, even you hear my music, I ain't advocating violence like that, but it's just my journal, man. It's just my life, you know what I mean? I'm not one of these cats, you know, cat rapping, talking about I'm doing this, that, and the other. People that know me know, you know what I mean, what I come from, who I am, and what I'm capable of, you know what I mean? And at this point, you know, I'm not even, honestly speaking, I wouldn't even title myself a rapper. I'm just a street journalist. You feel the street poet, man. I give my life and I put it in poetry form. It just happened to come out of the song. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Real talk, man. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Because even in elementary school, man, I used to write poetry first, man. You know, I used to write poetry to the little bros and just write poetry, period. You know what I mean? So, right. And it just turned into music. You know, I love music as a kid, man. I just never hit a studio until after I got out of prison my first time. And then, you know, the opportunities ain't always there for you. So when the opportunity did present itself, you know, I took advantage. I ain't gonna say I took full advantage. Now I'm taking full advantage. But back then I took advantage to a certain degree, you know what I mean? But now, you know, it's gonna go up. You know what I mean? That's all I plan on doing is making it go up from here.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. And yeah, like I said, bro, this definitely been a dope interview. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up, man. But definitely shouts out to you, your whole team, everything that you stand for, man. And I'm definitely gonna, like I said, I'm gonna keep the intro the same until you touch down, and I can make another one. So yeah, so definitely, man. And everybody, just a reminder to all my viewers, all my subscribers, when these videos starts and you hear it ain't peaches, this is where it come from, right here. So gonna wrap things up just like that. There's been another edition of More to Live For with another exclusive interview, reminding you all, why settle for less when my last name's More. Peace and blessings to all.
All right.
For sure.